Have you ever found yourself sitting in a quiet room, maybe sipping your morning coffee or staring out the window, wondering why certain things still bother you after all these years? Maybe it's a memory, a person, or even a belief you've carried for decades. At this stage of life, we should be feeling lighter, freer, but sometimes it feels like the past still has its hands wrapped around our peace. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. The truth is, many of us carry emotional baggage without even realizing it. And as we get older, that weight gets heavier, not physically, but emotionally. And that can take a toll on our happiness, our health, and even how we show up in the world every single day. But here's the good news. You don't have to carry that weight anymore. Not one bit of it. In fact, the secret to a more peaceful, joyful life after 60 often starts with letting go. Not adding more things, more routines, more obligations, but releasing what no longer serves you. Clearing the space for peace, laughter, and deep contentment to move in. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 powerful things to let go of that could transform the way you feel every day. This isn't about changing who you are, it's about setting yourself free, bit by bit, from the things that no longer deserve your time, your energy, or your heart. Let's start with one of the heaviest things many of us carry: regret. It creeps in quietly, sometimes in the middle of the night, other times when you see a photo from years ago or hear a song that reminds you of someone. Regret whispers, what if you had chosen differently? What if you had said something else? What if you hadn't made that mistake? But here's something I want you to hear clearly. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Maybe you weren't perfect, but no one is. Maybe you missed some chances, but life isn't about perfection. It's about learning, growing, and moving forward, no matter what. Regret doesn't change the past. It only robs the present. So, if there's something you've been holding on to, a choice you wish you'd made differently, a relationship that ended badly, a dream that didn't come true, it's time to forgive yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. You deserve that. You've earned that. Letting go of regret doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over punishment. And once you begin to let go of regret, it creates space to release something just as toxic: comparison. Now this one is sneaky. Especially today, when everyone's lives are on full display through social media, TV, or even casual conversations at the local cafe. You might hear someone talking about their grandkids visiting every weekend, or how they just took a trip to Europe, or how their health is better than ever, and suddenly, without realizing it, you start to feel like you're behind, like your life somehow didn't turn out as full as it should have. But here's the truth. No two lives are the same. Your journey is yours. Your quiet mornings, your favorite books, your laughter with an old friend, the lessons you've learned, the people you've loved, those are treasures. Just because someone else's story looks different doesn't make yours any less valuable. When we compare, we rob ourselves of joy. It's like looking at someone else's garden and missing the beauty blooming right in front of you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Letting go of comparison is like breathing out after holding your breath too long. Suddenly, you feel lighter, more grateful, more aware of the small, beautiful moments happening all around you. And sometimes, that comparison comes with another weight, trying to meet other people's expectations. How many times have you said yes to something just to keep the peace? Or stayed quiet when you really wanted to speak your mind? Or felt guilty for simply wanting time for yourself? After 60, your time is more precious than ever. And it's okay to put yourself first. That doesn't make you selfish. It makes you wise. You've spent your life taking care of others, meeting responsibilities, being there when people needed you. But now it's time to ask, what do I need? What brings me peace? Letting go of other people's expectations doesn't mean cutting people off or refusing to help. It means living in alignment with your own values, your own needs. It means saying yes only when it feels right and saying no without guilt when it doesn't. It's about choosing authenticity over approval. And when you start doing that, something beautiful happens. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to honor the life you've built, the wisdom you've gained, and the person you are right now, not the person others think you should be. So if you've been carrying regret, comparing your journey to someone else's, or bending yourself to meet expectations that aren't truly yours, take a deep breath. You don't have to do that anymore. You're allowed to live lighter. You're allowed to put down the old weights and walk forward with peace in your heart. Because the truth is, peace doesn't come from outside things. It doesn't come from money or the approval of others or even perfect health. Peace comes when we stop fighting against ourselves, when we stop clinging to the stories that no longer serve us. When we finally say, that was then, this is now, and now I choose peace. And the moment you say that, even just in a whisper to yourself, you begin to create a life that feels more joyful, more grounded, and more deeply your own. It's amazing how much peace you can create just by giving yourself permission to stop carrying what was never yours to hold forever. And the more you let go, the more space you make, not just in your schedule, but in your mind, your heart, your spirit. And that brings us to something else that weighs heavier than we think: grudges. You might not even call it that. Maybe you just say, I haven't spoken to them in years, or I can't forgive what they did, or it still hurts. And that's okay. Hurt is real. Disappointment is real. People can do things, say things, that cut deep and leave scars. But here's the thing about holding on to those wounds. They don't just stay in the past. They follow you. They cloud your mornings. They echo in your quiet moments. And sometimes they even harden your heart to people who had nothing to do with the pain. Letting go of a grudge doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It simply means that you deserve peace. You deserve to stop reliving pain that someone else caused. Forgiveness in this stage of life is not a favor to them. It's a gift to you. You might be thinking, but they never apologized, and maybe they never will. But your healing doesn't depend on their apology. It depends on your willingness to stop letting their actions control your peace. You can say to yourself, yes, that hurt, but I won't let it hurt me every single day for the rest of my life. That's power, that's freedom, and sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We carry things we said, mistakes we made, things we didn't do, and we replay them in our minds like an old movie. But you're not that version of yourself anymore. You've grown, you've learned, you've loved and lost and lived through more than most people will ever understand. You are not the same person you were 10, 20, 40 years ago, and that's a beautiful thing. So forgive yourself. Let go of the idea that you should have done it better. You did what you could with the heart you had in the moment you were in. That's all any of us can do. Now let's talk about something else that creeps in slowly: fear of change. After 60, change can feel like an unwelcome guest. Your body changes. Your routine shifts. People you love move away or pass away. Technology moves faster than we can keep up with, and some days it feels like the world is moving on without you. It's normal to feel a little afraid when the world starts looking unfamiliar. But here's a little truth. You've already survived so many changes in your life. You've lived through joy, heartbreak, uncertainty, celebration. You've adapted more than you give yourself credit for. And believe it or not, there are still beautiful changes ahead. New connections, new hobbies, even small moments of joy that come from trying something you've never done before. A new recipe, a different walking path, a book you never thought you'd read, a conversation with someone who sees the world differently. Letting go of fear doesn't mean pretending. It's not there. It means not letting it have the final say. It means recognizing it, nodding to it, and moving forward anyway. That's courage. And you've had it in you all along. You see, every time you let go of something that doesn't serve you, regret, comparison, grudges, fear, you make room for something better. Peace, joy, curiosity, stillness, gratitude, and those things don't always arrive in big dramatic moments. Sometimes they slip into your life in the smallest ways, waking up without a heavy heart, laughing out loud at a silly memory, feeling the sun on your face and thinking, this moment is enough. And it is, it really is. And if we're honest, a lot of the pressure we feel at this stage of life isn't even from the outside world. It's from inside, from the standards we set long ago, ones that might not even make sense anymore. The idea that we should be productive every day, that we should always have energy, that we should keep up appearances or never ask for help or hide when we're feeling sad. But what if you let go of all that? What if, instead of chasing some invisible standard of aging well, you started creating your own definition of what a good life looks like? Maybe it means slowing down. Maybe it means laughing more. Maybe it means spending time with people who make you feel alive and quietly stepping away from those who don't. You don't need to be everything to everyone anymore. You don't need to prove your worth. You are worthy, just as you are right now in this moment, not because of what you've done or what you own or how others see you, but because you're here. You're still showing up. You're still learning, still growing, still reaching for peace. And that, my friend, is something to be proud of. So take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, feel your heartbeat, steady, strong, present. You are here. And no matter what came before, this moment is a fresh one. You can choose how to live it. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving yourself a chance to live lighter, to smile more, to love more freely, to feel the beauty of your life exactly as it is. Imperfect, changing, and still full of possibility. If you've made it this far, take a second and really give yourself some credit. Not just for watching this, but for being open to reflection, to change, to releasing old patterns and making room for something better. That kind of openness, especially later in life, is rare and it's powerful. Now there's one more thing we need to talk about, and this one might surprise you. It's something many people hold on to for decades without even realizing it: the need to control everything. After 60, we've seen a lot. We've been through ups and downs, joys and heartbreaks. And with that experience often comes a strong desire to protect ourselves and the people we love. So we plan, we worry, we try to predict what could go wrong and keep everything in order. But deep down, you probably know this already. Life doesn't follow our plans. People don't always do what we hope they will. Our bodies age in unexpected ways. Loved ones make choices we don't understand. The world changes, whether we're ready for it or not. Trying to control everything is like holding sand in your hand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers, and the harder it becomes to simply enjoy the moment you're in. So what if you started letting go of that need for control? I'm not saying let go of care or responsibility. I'm saying let go of the belief that your happiness depends on everything going just right. Because peace isn't found in perfection. It's found in flexibility, in trust, in knowing that even when things shift, you'll still be okay. You always have been. There's a quiet strength in surrender, not weakness, strength. Because when you release the grip, when you stop wrestling with every little detail, you give yourself space to breathe, to trust in the timing of your life, to find beauty in the unexpected. You've already come through so much. You've adapted, you've survived, you've even thrived at times when you thought you couldn't. That's not luck, that's resilience. And it's in you, even now, especially now. Letting go of control means you can finally enjoy the present moment without needing to fix it or prepare for what might go wrong next. It means you can sit with someone you love and listen, truly. Listen, without thinking about what to say next. It means you can go for a walk and notice the flowers blooming instead of worrying about the weeds. And in that stillness, in that surrender, something beautiful happens. Peace moves in, gratitude takes root. Joy becomes easier to access. Even on the hard days, you begin to realize that happiness at this stage of life doesn't come from adding more, doing more, or being more. It comes from letting go. Letting go of what doesn't serve you, letting go of what holds you back, letting go of what clutters your spirit. Let go of regret, it's behind you. Let go of comparison, your path is your own. Let go of grudges, peace is more valuable than proving a point. Let go of fear, change can be beautiful. Let go of unrealistic expectations, your life is already enough. Let go of control. Some of the best moments happen when you stop trying to force them. You don't need to carry so much anymore. It's okay to set things down. It's okay to pause. It's okay to protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. And when you start living that way, something inside you softens. You begin to smile more, laugh more. You start noticing the little joys you used to overlook. A bird singing outside your window, the warmth of your favorite blanket, a good meal, a phone call that makes you feel seen. This is the reward of letting go, not emptiness but fullness, not loneliness but clarity, not regret but wisdom. And here's the truth no one tells us enough. Your best years are not behind you. They are in every moment where you choose peace over pressure, in every time you choose love over resentment, in every quiet morning where you wake up and say, "Today I will protect my peace." You are still growing, still becoming, still creating meaning with the way you show up in the world. So give yourself permission today to release what no longer brings you joy. And in doing so, welcome back the lightness, the softness, the beauty of simply being alive. If this message spoke to you, even just a little, I invite you to take a moment right now. Drop a comment and share one thing you're ready to let go of. You might be surprised how healing it feels to write it down. And you never know, your words might help someone else feel seen too. If this video brought you a sense of calm or inspiration, don't forget to like it. It helps more people find these messages. And if you'd like more simple wisdom, practical health tips, and peaceful encouragement for this stage of life, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There's always more goodness to come, and most of all, remember, you are not too old, you are not too late, you are not alone. Here's to living lighter, loving deeper, and embracing the life you have, with open hands, a soft heart, and a peaceful spirit. You've earned this peace. Let it in.